All right, we're back here with the fun. Peter Godinez, your ambassador with K80YTV.net with Good Morning Oxnard. And we're going to do one again, one of my favorite segments because we're such a synergy. 1 + 1 = 5. We have the infamous George Miller, the Citizen Journal, and he's got some interesting news that I know you want to know. So the less I talk, the more we can talk. And so tell us what the main media is not telling us and what you want to say. So good morning.
Good morning, Oxnard, Peter.
Let me turn on the volume at 11 and we're ready to go.
We have a new improved sound system today, which I'm looking forward to hearing in the video archive later on. First of all, that was an outstanding interview you just did with Kristen Dekas.
When you have good people like that,
a lot of people are not aware of the Port District and what it does. And it was interesting how she kind of mapped out the relationship of the Port of Hueneme, Channel Islands Harbor, Oxnard, Port Hueneme, and all the different relationships. You know, what a lot of people don't know is that the harbor in Channel Islands is owned by Ventura County.
That's true.
And we have a major renewal coming up for the contract, which I think 30-year contract expired about a year ago, was extended for a year for negotiations. I guess somehow she's related to all that too. I just don't know exactly how. Yeah, we'll find out more about that.
Yes.
I've been a couple of times to the fair already, the Ventura County Fair, which we talked about last week, which ends on the 10th, so you only have a few more days to go. But I highly recommend it to anybody. We have numerous pictures of the fair in 2 different articles, and also a story by one of our writers, Tim Pompey, about that too, so go on. But probably the biggest news that I saw this week was on the Ventura County pension system. We have a $3.6 billion pension system for handling the thousands of retirees, Ventura County employees. And for a long time, in fact since 1937, that plan's been in effect. It is what's called a defined benefit contract, which is basically a guaranteed pension for life. There's only one problem. It is $1 billion in the hole and getting bigger every day. So Ventura County brags about how fiscally solvent and how wonderfully run they are, but the bottom line is there's a hidden secret of this $1 billion problem. So the Ventura County Taxpayers Association for several years has been badgering the Ventura County supervisors to reform the pension system, try to contain the liability to the county. Now, to give you an idea of how good this pension system is, there are people making close to $300,000 a year pension payments, in many cases exceeding their original salaries for a number of reasons that I wouldn't have time to explain during this presentation. But some of them are contained in an article we published last night about a ruling a judge just made on Monday where he has thrown out the ballot initiative sponsored by the Ventura County Taxpayers Association to reform the pension system by taking it from a defined benefit system into a defined contribution system, better known as a 401k. People who work for a living in industry mostly know what that is because a generation or more ago, most companies changed their pension systems from the traditional defined benefit system to a 401k type system. A lot of self-employed people have the equivalent of that too. It's usually called a KEO plan. It's merely similar to a 401k program, but funded and managed by a small businessman. So where does that take us? Well, the judge said that the ballot initiative written by Ventura County Taxpayers Association and vetted by attorneys cannot proceed to the November ballot because the judge felt, after legal research, that the county voters were not eligible to determine that they could vote on that, but rather he feels that it would have to be taken up by having the county petition the legislature to change the law. Now, the way the law is written that Ventura County is under, there are 20 counties of the 40 or so in the state that are under the system that they voluntarily joined after the law was passed in 1937, but now the court is saying that they can't voluntarily leave the system. And the way it was written is that current employees would not be affected. Only new employees would come in under a 401k type system, and the people working would gradually retire and phase out the old system over a period of years, which would greatly reduce the county's potential liability, which is now theoretically unlimited. Once they've made this guarantee, they have to deliver, and that could involve borrowing money or more likely going back to the taxpayers for more money, which is something the taxpayers are not happy about. Now, the average taxpayer does not have a defined benefit program, yet they're funding this. They say, well, why the heck am I paying for this privileged class of retirees when they're my employees and I don't have a system that good myself?
Interesting.
The unions, on the other hand, have a very different viewpoint, and I would too if I was a union member. They're saying, well, you guys promised me this system, I dedicated my career to it, and now you're pulling the rug out from under me. Well, that's not really true, because the people with existing systems that were promised that will be allowed to play out that they collect their pensions, but sometime the county would phase in a new system. Now, the Ventura County supervisors are not actually for this reform. By a 4-to-1 margin, they do not want to change the system. Peter Floyd is the only member of the county supervisors that does want to change it, and he worked with Ventura County Taxpayers Association to place this initiative on the ballot after the county supervisors refused to act upon it. I was there during the debates when Steve Bennett, who's a longtime supervisor, was debating with Bob Roper and Neil Andrews at the time. It was my impression that Steve was receptive to making that change. But when push came to shove, he didn't do it. He did not come through. So we did not, at this point, have a reform. So the judge has put a stay on his order until August 14th to enable the Ventura County Taxpayers Association and Friends of the Court to enable to attempt to overturn that decision. But practically speaking, the way courts work, I don't see how they're going to beat the deadline for having to have the ballot finalized in August. Well, it probably looks like it's off the ballot for this year, but there are some that might disagree. Peter Floyd told me last night that an announcement would be made today on what course of action they intend to react to the court decision from. That's quite a mouthful, but this is a major multi-billion-dollar thing that's pending, and there are interests of employees, and the interest of the taxpayers, and the interest of the government that all have to be accommodated. This is how it's played out so far. So read our article on citizensjournal.us or on the Facebook site, Citizens Journal, Ventura County. That's the single biggest thing we wanted to talk about today. A couple of other announcements. There are lots of small businesses in town, and many of them have accounting problems. And I found, being a consultant for many years, that the predominant system for accounting in place for most small businesses is called QuickBooks. Almost everyone that I know has a small business uses QuickBooks to manage the books. And the biggest problem with QuickBooks is that people don't know how to use it. Well, it turns out there is a course being given on August the 8th, Friday, QuickBooks for the PC, Beyond the Basics, and it's being given by the Center for Nonprofit Leadership. So I would urge any small business people that do have accounting problems, do use QuickBooks, that want to learn how to better utilize it, to give them a call. This event is listed on citizensjournal.us in the events section. You can get the specifics. It will be given in, I believe, in Camarillo. A couple of other things. Some people might know that a new Hobby Lobby just opened up in Oxnard. That's basically an art supply store. Normally I wouldn't remark on it, but Hobby Lobby has been in the national news recently because they were involved in a major lawsuit. When the Obamacare law came into effect, they took issue with some of the things requiring them to provide abortion-type drugs, and they fought a huge battle. The Supreme Court decided in their favor, which sets a legal precedent, and as a result, they've become very controversial. They are in town right now, and reading comments on their website, I see there's lots of people that are going there because of that decision, and lots of people that won't go there because of the decision. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not going to be here next week on Wednesday, so I'm not sure how we're going to do the news broadcast. We'll talk about it.
I'm not going to take your place. place.
You're not going to take my
smart,
place.
you know, no way.
I could do it as a correspondent from the field in Northern
Hey,
California.
you Skype or something.
Skype it in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all I have for today. Again, go on to citizensjournal.us for more current information, and thank you for hosting me.
No, I just got one question. I saw this week, I'm visiting at the fair, watching everything that's free. Our audience wants to know, did you actually succumb to any of the...
Yes, I actually bought something. I bought a new shower head. I was in one of those big buildings that has all these different products, and when I was there, I saw this ingenious shower head, and it's spewing out all this water. It was huge. It was about a foot in diameter. I said, that thing must use a lot of water. So I went up there to harass the fellow about water conservation. And it turns out that he had a flow restrictor in it and only uses 2.5 gallons a minute, which is what the government recommends. So I ended up buying one, taking it home, replacing my 20-year-old shower head, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, I guess you didn't eat anything. So
I did. I actually did eat
so
some.
quickly, what was it?
It was basically it was taco, and it was at, I can't remember the name of the stand, but there's a picture of that stand on Citizens Journal in one of my fair photo exhibits, and we'll do one more before the fan.
All right.
It's on the left-hand side, on the midway. I just can't remember the name of it right now.
That's all right. That's okay. And Peter Godinez with George Miller.
Thank you.
The Citizens Journal. We'll be right back.